I never can imagine thinking that Friday night I would have a conversation about Chili's or going to
No,
Chili's for that matter. And Chris, how was that for you?
I don't
How
know how it happened.
experience? It's crazy.
I'm not the only person that went to Chili's
I
on a
know.
Friday night.
No, I know. There was a lot of people that made this decision, which is baffling.
There were, like, I looked around and there were other people that had
In
also
wow,
not very many,
not that many.
actually. Yeah,
Okay,
but
but
there was,
enough.
like, a table of people who had good-looking style and clothes and hair, and they were at Chili's, so I felt a little better about myself in general for having been at the Chili's because they
I
were
see.
also there. I wonder if they saw me and thought, "Okay." But I wondered, like, so they chose Chili's, huh? Because I
He
chose
did.
Chili's because everybody else chose Chili's, so I was like, "Okay, we'll go to Chili's," you know?
But you didn't have the final say about who would have the final say. Because in the end of the day, I mean, you didn't want to go to Chili's.
No, it's not really where I would go,
No.
but somehow it's a place that we've, like, fallen on where we can all, like, agree.
Do you remember last night?
Yeah, you psyched me out thinking that there was, like, a secret menu at Chili's, like,
I know.
you were like, "Okay, so" you were like, "The secret menu," and I was like, "Holy shit," I was like, "What's on it?" You know, we were on the phone and you were, like,
Yeah, I was like
reading this
Googling
stuff
this.
on
Yeah.
Google, and you were, like, reading and reading and reading, and then you were like, "Oh, there is no secret menu."
Nope.
And it was crazy. I did that to my friend when we got there. I was like, "Yeah, so my friend David was, like, Googling, and he was, like, reading about the secret menu." And she goes, "There's a secret menu." And I go, "That is what we figured out, is that there is indeed no secret menu at Chili's."
You know, first off, that was my idea. Number one. Number two, it was heartbreaking because
I wanted to just order what was ever on it. Like, I was like, "Whatever, I'll just order whatever's on the secret menu. Tell me what it is."
it's
And there was nothing.
coughing session comes with the podcast. Hey, but McDonald's and Burger King and like Wendy's and like
Chick-fil-A.
everybody has secret menu items. Like In-N-Out has the secret menu. Everybody has secret menu items, but Chili's doesn't. What
Who
the
else has a
fuck?
secret menu?
I think Buffalo Wild Wings has a secret
What?
menu.
What's on that secret menu,
I
yo?
can. Oh my god.
No, but I mean, like, I wonder, like, what is, like, the best secret menu? Like, I don't know. I read about, like, all the, like, dog stuff that you can get. Like, they usually have dog stuff on secret menus. Like, at In-N-Out, you can get, like, a dog patty. It's like a pup patty or something like
Buffalo
that,
Wild Wings secret menu items as an extension. Oh my god, this
I
food that was
love
made to be
B-dubs.
shared. Contains all kinds of extra combinations, tricks, and tips that can help you discover new dishes and new options. Ooh! Ooh. What is on the Buffalo Wild Wings secret menu? Garlic Parmesan wings, chicken quesadillas, chicken buffalitos, and Asian chicken salad.
That's pretty cool.
What? What?
A
Okay.
lot of times, like, the secret menu is, like, stuff that they used to make, but then it's, like, been, like, phased out, yet, like, they can still make it. So, like, for example, we used to go to this place called Stout Burger, and they used to have this truffle burger where they would put truffle mushrooms, like, on a
Oh, I've
really,
had a
really
truffle
good
burger. Yeah.
burger. This was called the Truffle Shuffle,
Ooh.
and it is a damn good burger. They would put, like,
Was
garlic
it was a
aioli.
damn good burger.
Oh, you can still go there and ask for the Truffle Shuffle, at least I think so. I mean, the pandemic's happened, so who knows? But I used to order a truffle shuffle even though it wasn't on the menu anymore, and they would let me have it, and it was like, you know?
Whoa.
Oh
Whoa.
my god, I do. I remember how good it was. I think I'm hungry. I haven't really eaten a whole lot. We've been smoking a lot, you know.
No, yeah,
Stop it.
I really, I mean, I had some food earlier, but it's one of the main side effects of being a stoner is munchies, munchies, munchies. Just the whole drive is just the second food hits your mind, it's like plaster on a wall. It's just like,
You can't stop thinking about it. Like you're just like, and
no,
food,
no, food, 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 food. That's all your mind is focused on.
and food.
And food, and more food, and even more.
Last night I ate an edible
Whoa.
and I don't usually get like hungry, like in general, like
Okay.
just at all, like in general. Like for me,
Interesting.
I get hungry, but for me,
Mm.
hunger is more of like weakness. Like I'm like,
Oh.
I haven't eaten, and like I feel like kind of like I don't usually get like that like hungry in my stomach kind of feeling. Like I don't it just doesn't happen. And like I still like get like hungry, but it's not the same. So when I have an edible, like it takes a while for it to kick in and I feel the type of hunger that I used to feel like when I was younger, like elementary school, junior high, whatever. Like before I had like bad anxiety, I would get like that. I have that same hungry. But yesterday I ate an edible and I had forgotten that I did because like I planned on eating it and then I planned on going where I was going because I was going to go to dinner and I like timed it all out properly. I was like, man, yeah, by the time I get there, this will kick in, you know? So I ate it, then I drove down there or whatever, and I'm like waiting for it to kick in, but I'm also waiting for my friends to like show up. I was on the phone with Dave. He was telling me about the secret menu and like all that shit and like whatever. And we were just like having a fun time talking about Chili's and like I can't even remember what else we were joking about last night that was like hilarious, but I was like dying on the phone with you last night. It was really funny. And I met up with my friends, you know, like I went in and I put my name in and they were like, "Oh, it's going to be like, you know, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes." And I was like, "Damn, okay." So I walked around outside for a while and then my friend showed up and we walked in, you know, and I was like, "Well, it's been about 10, 15 minutes. Let's see," you know, and he was like, "Well, it's going to be like 15, 20 minutes." And I was like, "Shit, that's what he said last time, you know?" But like I didn't say anything. Like I was like, I really don't think he can do any better.
How long did it
So
take for you to sit down?
fucking 20, 40 minutes. Like
40,
40.
40
Yeah,
minutes?
we walked me and my 2 friends that were going to Chili's, we walked over to the craft store, the Michaels, and walked around and looked at all of the, you know, they got all the Halloween stuff in already. They got just
Already?
like yes, tons of Halloween shit, like tons of fall pumpkins
It's August.
everywhere.
Hello, we're not even
Yeah.
done the summer yet. Can you like give us a minute?
It's
Can you
also the
let us?
beginning of August.
I know.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I guess I don't know. It's like craft stores, like they don't want to sell crafts anymore. They just want to sell decorations for seasons. And it's like, give me an adult candle making set. Give me an adult crochet set. Give me crafts. Give me decorate crap with little diamond sets. I don't know. I want to have fun. I want to build my own clothes. Give me a little set to like make my own fucking bra. Like, I don't know. Like, make Michael's fun again instead of just like putting bows on everything. Like, it's like fucking weird.
Do you know why? I'm actually fun. I'm actually old enough to remember this. Do you know why Borders failed and Barnes and Nobles hasn't? Here's the thing: Borders was just selling books. Barnes and Nobles realized, why don't we sell books, but also put a cafe?
A cafe and a gift shop. Yeah, people love. I mean, that's where my a lot of my puzzles come from. Like, I got this one. This one is from the Barnes and Noble. Cause like, yeah, and I went and I drank a coffee and like whatever. It's like how movie theaters, you know, and like, you know, like stand up comedy places, they want you to buy a drink, you know, so they can make some money. I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are you smoking? I wanted to ask you what you were smoking.
This,
Yeah.
Oh, this is, I think it's called fruit punch.
Fruit punch?
Mm-hmm.
Yum yum.
Mm-hmm.
Is it indica, sativa, hybrid? What's
I
up?
don't know. I have no idea.
What's up? No?
No, I'm good. I mean, I'm like, whoa. And I'm also like, ah. And I'm just all of it at the same time.
I went to my podcast. I went to my pot store, and if you can't tell,
I can. We can all tell. I can tell.
Well,
My
it's
nipples
fucking
can tell.
Saturday,
Yeah.
okay? And I'm on my podcast. Leave me alone.
Uh-huh.
But I went to the pot store and I got a cartridge, and it was a very quick and simple experience. I got a cartridge called Granddaddy Perp. And it's been pretty good. I mean, I'm stoned as
I
fuck right
wish
now.
I had a lollipop in my mouth right now. Just sucking on that while you were saying that.
We've had a lollipop.
Granddaddy.
Granddaddy Perp. Purple. Perp.
Hey, popo.
You make me sound so stupid.
I know. This is my job, honey. This is my mission in life,
fuck
is to
off.
tone down to the sound and the beat
Chili.
and the drum.
So, okay,
Anyway,
so we go to Chili.
up next after this short break.
Okay, so we go to
Yeah.
Michael's. We're like walking around. There's like crafts everywhere. There's like
Crafts everywhere.
the
Halloween. Woo.
Halloween
Yeah.
shit just like everywhere, And
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really funny to be like, let's look for a cornucopia. Do you know what a
Whoa.
cornucopia is? But you don't know what one is. Like if I were to ask you, what would you, it's kind of, no, you have to guess what it is before you look. Give me a guess. It's too funny for you to not tell me what you think it could be if you don't
Okay.
know. It's too funny for the podcast to
So,
just skip right
two
over
thi-
what
two things.
cornucopia. Like, I'm talking about fall, okay? It's like giving
Okay,
you a
so
clue.
either I'm thinking of a wreath, something that you
Okay.
put over your door, or something like that like basket, kind of looks like a
Yeah.
cone.
Yeah.
You shove like fruit in, and like pumpkins and shit. Is that what it's called? Is that drum
Yes.
thing called a cornucopia?
Yes.
I thought that drum thing. I thought it was just called drum thing, bro.
It has a name.
Oh my god, I did not know that it was called a cornucopia.
It's like a basket that's woven like a cone.
It's kind of
they
like
put
something
a
like you
bunch of
put
shit
over
in it.
like a really big penis. It's like a penis covering, like a really big one.
The
Yeah.
cone.
Yeah, like pre-protection. Like in like Viking times.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They had like these little like diaper cones that you would put like over like a baby, because they like pee like while you're trying to change them. That's what
I was totally like just shits and giggles right now, but like, do they have those cones things? Oh my god, really?
for baby. Yeah, somebody made a little cone that like goes over their little pee pee.
Why?
Well, because they shoot pee up in the air sometimes when you're trying to change them.
Oh my god, really?
Little boys, yeah, they'll just like shoot pee like up in the air.
Oh my god, that's crazy! Like little like
randomly.
laser beams.
You're supposed to just lay the diaper like on top of them, like while they're laying there. But yeah, little boys, pretty much every little boy will like just like pee up in the air like while you're changing them at least once. It's kind of funny. Like you're like, oh no!
There's some parents listening right now, and they're just like, "Oh my god, honey!"
You have to put something over it, otherwise it's gonna go like anywhere,
Right. When I have a child, I will definitely let you know of my experience.
It's like one of those. Did you ever see those sprinklers that was like a flower, and it's like down, and then you like turn it on, and it's like a busy bee or something?
Mine was an elephant when I was a kid. I had an elephant with a trunk that used to spout out water.
Maybe you should keep that to yourself.
What the fuck? Oh my god, it's so mean. I'm just like you're visiting sharing experience of when you were a kid, and then I'm sharing my experience. You're just like,
It's too
Dave,
funny. No,
you shut the
I'm
fuck up
making.
about your experiences, bro. Like, shut the fuck up.
You
I'm
did
just
not
like,
catch my joke. No, it's good.
no.
No, it's funny. I'm being
Okay.
funny. Yours looked like an
Okay.
elephant. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, the elephants shoot water out of their trunks.
Exactly. And it's just, you just go. That's what it did.
Much like, yeah, elephant trunks not really shaped too much like a cornucopia, but you know.
I don't know what the, like I have no idea where this gone. Like first you asked me what a cornucopia was, and I was like, I was gonna Google that shit, and then you're like, no, Dave, we're gonna make this
You
interesting. And
knew
then
it. You knew it. You didn't have to Google it. You knew what it was. It was your second guess.
really, what was it really? Oh wow, it took me 2 guesses to realize what it was.
But you knew what it was. It was like in your mind somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We oh my god, we talked about this the other day. So I sometimes will get these shorts of where they'll interview people my age, because like I'm 24, and they ask them like questions of like, where's Canada?
Oh
You
yeah.
know, where's this place? And they're just like, China, oh, Alaska. And I'm like, how we were both born 99? Like, I am embarrassed that we are both born in the same. Seriously, like, that's how I feel. I feel embarrassed. How do you not know that shit? Seriously.
Yeah, I know some of them were like, you know, like
What
high
the
school
fuck?
graduates. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos where they're like really, 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 really bad off.
The worst one that I saw was they asked, oh my God, I can't even. They asked a woman to name 5 states in the US.
Just 5 states in the
Just
US
5
in general?
just 5 states
In general, just 5 states.
in the United States of America. Yeah, 5
Oh
states.
god, she couldn't name 5 states?
No, she named Turkey, China,
What?
Istanbul, which remember is in
Wow,
Turkey
how does
already.
she even know that?
I don't know. Hollywood and New York City. Those were her 5 answers.
None of them were a state, right?
No. None. China is another country. It's like, what the fuck?
I didn't keep track of everything that she said, but I was like, I
My.
don't think any of those are states.
No, she said China, Turkey. Yeah, China, Turkey,
Istanbul, which
Istanbul.
same place.
And then she said Hollywood and New York City. That's just bananas.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what to, but to me, yeah, it's just bananas. There's nothing else to really say about it. You know?
I
didn't see it, so I'm not really sure what to think about it. I saw another one where like they were giving like $1,000 to like these kids like on the Harvard campus if they could answer these questions that were actually like somewhat difficult. Like, you know, and some of the questions were like not that hard, but it was at least like 10 questions that were like pretty challenging. But I mean, like, I feel like if you're in school, you know, some of that stuff should be like somewhat current and present in your mind. But
I think the biggest issue is a lot of times when you're going towards academics, people are going towards different things.
yeah. There's a lot of different types of things. But when
Yeah,
you're at those big universities, you're supposed to be pretty well rounded, you know, to an extent. So
to
that
extent.
one that specific video, you know, was like at a college campus. The ones you're talking about, like they're usually just kind of like out on the street. They can find like, you know, anybody, but it is crazy.
Well, I've seen even on okay. I've seen even like on college campuses, like they'll ask questions about simple human biology,
Yeah.
and people will be like, well, depending
Yeah.
on. I'm like, it's a simple like you've taken biology, right? You know, and you're like in college and you're taking these courses, and these are people that are in colleges. How do you not like? It's
Yeah, I
I don't
know.
understand it. I don't
There's
understand.
people that are there for different things. I don't know.
Let
Sometimes
me
it's
ask you
just like
something.
an
Like,
off day.
can you imagine for yourself, like you spend 3 months working tirelessly, doing all of these biology classes and taking all of these tests and the exams, and then you don't know any of this shit. So then
I've definitely like Googled things that I knew. You know, like,
okay,
have you ever like looked something up and been like, yeah, I knew that? You
yeah,
know, and it's like kind of strange. Like, I mean, it's the same as like the cornucopia thing that just happened, but it's like, I mean, like, there's so many things that I've learned over time that like it's easy to assume that I don't know the answer and then go ahead and look it up. But like, I think if I thought harder, like I could maybe figure it out. But there's also this like inclination to like figure out the correct answer and like know like which one is the correct answer. But I think that I guess I'm just disappointed that there's so many things that I do know. They're just not like, like on the tip of like what I'm thinking about right now. Like it's just not a
it's
present thought.
the
It's not
weirdest
current.
the weirdest thing for me is that I think for each person we have a different way of describing things. If you asked me to describe something, I can describe it to you the way that I see it.
Yeah.
And how I'm like, I can picture it in my head from when I saw it, or I know what it is. That's what I like feel, especially with individuals. Like when I talk to you and you explain something to me, I'm hearing it from your perspective. I'm hearing it from like the way you understand it. I think that needs to be taken into account. Our brains process information different than each other. It's like to
For sure.
expect one person to understand you know what? Try to expect 20 people to understand one topic the exact same way. It's impossible.
Well, they're all gonna think a different thing of it.
Exactly.
I
There you
don't
go.
know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's nice
So,
to connect with people, have the same perspective sometimes. Again, back to Chili's.
oh my God, we're going all about. Wow.
We never did find a cornucopia at the Michaels. And then
Right.
they text us and said that our table was ready, so we stopped looking for a cornucopia.
You didn't find one.
We never found a cornucopia, so I don't know if there's one there, but there's this like thing going around on the internet that's been around like for a long time where they talk about like fruit of the loom, that like cotton like to make like
There is
underwear and
no
wool.
There is no cornucopia. There is no cornucopia. It's just fruit.
There was a cornucopia at one point.
There wasn't. There never was.
See, I think I've also taken the other side of this and been like, no, I never remember a cornucopia. I kind of remember seeing one,
It's the
but I've
same thing with
also
Monopoly. Like he never had a monocle. We remember it to him having a monocle, but he never did. I forgot the name of it. There's a word for it.
Well, okay, but like it's easy to mix up the dude from Monopoly with the dude from Six Flags. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's this kind of like older, bald business white guy from like I don't even know what time period that is, but everything's
30s.
like black and white and they're bald and they have like a suit and they're kind of like, I'm a weird old,
Did you? By the way, did
rich
you see
guy.
what they've been doing to Pringles? Oh my God, they have
Yeah,
been like,
the Pringles looks like that too.
yeah, like the Pringles now
And the
looks
nut
like.
guy looks like that. The
Oh my
Planters
God.
peanut.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. They're like dulling down everything to the point one of these days you're gonna wake up and a Pringles can is just gonna be like a yellow square and just like two lines and like just two black eyes, and then there's just gonna be in like letters, Pringles.
That sounds like a tattoo that I want.
Oh, for sure, we could definitely get this done together, 100%. But I,
I like
it's
really simple tattoos, with just like really just clean lines and but back to Pringles though.
back to Pringles. Yes.
I bought some Pringles
Okay.
at a Walmart. I was with my mom and dad.
Okay.
we were at the Walmart in Iowa and it was bomb. I bought a
Interesting flavor.
box of well, I'm gonna tell you about the Pringles that I got, but I bought a box of Dolly Parton brownie mix and they were
Ooh.
so fucking good.
You put weed in them?
No, they were great.
Okay.
But they had the whole
Overall.
Dolly Parton like variety there. It was really amazing. But
Whoa.
I got a can of Pringles that had miniature Doritos.
Miniature Doritos.
So they were like this big and it was a can of Pringles, but it was decorated like a bag of Doritos and it had tiny Doritos inside of it and me and my mom couldn't put it down. Like I was like this is insane.
What's it called?
I mean, they were Doritos, but made by Pringles. The tiny miniature Doritos in a Pringles canister. It was the best thing ever. I don't know. We just loved it. Like, and I was like, how silly is that? Because you can buy a bag of Doritos,
Oh my
you can
god,
buy,
they're called Doritos Minis. You can buy them
yeah,
in Target. They're in Publix. Oh my god, they're everywhere. And
they
they're
were
like in a
amazing.
canister. Yeah, they're like in a canister just like Pringles.
You just want to dump it into your mouth. That's
Mouth.
what's
Oh my
so
god.
terrible. Like, it's like,
Oh my god, and they have my favorite flavor. They have it in Cool Ranch.
they had all the flavors and
Isn't
shit.
that wild? My favorite flavor is Cool Ranch. I hate the nacho flavor. I can't stand it. I hate the nacho flavor. The red one. Ugh. It's gross.
Do you like the pizza?
No. I just
Do
like
you
the Cool
like
Ranch.
Flaming Hot?
No, but I do like Chester's, and I don't and I do like the Flaming Hot Cheetos. Yeah, I'm
I
very
wonder
picky with
how
my
many
snacks.
ingredients are in a Dorito. It's like
Too many, too many to count on your fingers. We can read them
it's
on the podcast. Would you?
yeah. If you look at the ingredients of a Frito, it's insane. There's literally like 4 things in a Frito.
Do you want me to? What am I searching for?
You get the Fritos and I'll look at Doritos.
Fritos. Ingredient list. It's so interesting to like even realize like we can even pull this information up at just. Oh my god, I cannot believe I can actually pull up the ingredients. What the hell? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you'll be surprised. Like Fritos has like nothing in it. It's really cool.
What? It's just corn, vegetable oil, corn and or canola oil and salt.
It's
That's all
fucking nuts,
Fritos
isn't
is.
it?
Okay, but let's look at Doritos. Let's let
Okay,
me
so Doritos, I have. No, this is a reduced fat.
look at the nacho flavor one. That's what I'm the most curious about.
This it says reduced fat though, so I don't know if it's right, but it says like whole corn, vegetable oil, canola, sunflower, corn, dextrin, salt, cheddar cheese, milk, cheese culture, salt enzyme, whey, monosodium glutamate,
MSG.
buttermilk, Romano cheese, part skim cow's milk, whey protein, onion
Jesus.
powder, corn flour, natural and artificial, dextrose, tomato
Tomato
powder,
powder. Whoa.
lactose, artificial color, including yellow 6, yellow 5,
And red
red
40.
40. There's a red 40 in there?
Yeah, there's red 40 in the nacho flavor. Yeah.
What the fuck? That makes me so upset.
I think I hope oh my god, I want to I don't know. Now I don't want to look at the
I
Cool
didn't know
Ranch.
that.
I'm gonna have to look at the Doritos Cool Ranch flavor. Sorry, people, we're putting you through this. We're ruining snacks, but we have to do
Red
this.
40 doesn't even it doesn't even taste good. So like I don't even do they make the Doritos without it?
I believe in other countries, but I don't believe in this country, honey.
I don't want to eat that.
Yeah, oh my god. The Cool Ranch flavor also has red 40, blue 1, and yellow 5. Damn.
Well, the other stuff is okay, but the red 40 is like, I mean, that's cancer.
That's fucking cancer in a bag, honey.
What the absolute fuck?
I know, it's fucking crazy. Jesus. I mean, here's the thing that you have to like realize is there's so many foods like snacks and things that we eat and we love and enjoy that are just they're toxic. And it sucks.
Well,
Ugh.
there are things here. Like if I look, you know, they're not as they're not the same, but like there's like Simply Organic Doritos. They they have a white cheddar, but you're not going to get that color obviously, which is fine with me, but it's like I have the same thing but just without the color? Like that's fine. Like I like the way that they taste and the red 40 isn't the flavor, so like I can't believe it. It's like just take it the fuck out, dude. Like nobody needs their food that red, do they? Like come
you
on.
you got to remember all of this is all about marketing. It's not about quality or giving out a good product. It's all about profit, and look, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to stop eating junk food. I try to consume less, but sometimes you just need that munchie.
I hardly ever eat Doritos, and I recently got a bag like in the past month because I had made like a whole bunch of like taco meat, and I had already made tacos, and I had already, like done like a taco soup and like all these different things and done
Right.
tortilla chips and like whatever. And so I was like, "Oh, I'll do that like walking taco thing that we do at home, where we like put it over Doritos." But I had no idea. I'm gonna look up just like a little list of foods that have red 40 in them, that like you didn't think do.
It's a long list.
I mean, like I'm not surprised that Doritos have red 40 in them, like to be honest, but like I was in the moment like when I read it. But like, now that I think about it, I'm like, well, yeah, like, but I am kind of like, haven't we found some other way
It's
to make things red these days? Like
it's
I don't feel like we need to be using that.
it's just interesting in how like simple the ingredients are in Fritos, and that's what scares me. And I'll tell you why. Because why they don't have to necessarily put in just letting you know the ingredients list doesn't necessarily have all of the ingredients that are in products. Sometimes manufacturers don't list all of the ingredients are actually in
Hmm.
the product. So we don't necessarily know, like with a bag of Fritos, if it's just the corn, the oil, and the salt. And that's just it.
With Fritos, apparently it is.
It
Okay,
can't
so
just be that
here's
simple. Come on, honey. They're not that kind,
I do. I think that's like their selling point. I mean that makes them like gluten free, doesn't it? It's kind of cool.
in a way.
Okay, so just other foods like it's obvious, but like I hadn't thought about it. Like Starburst fruit candies have red 40, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms,
What? Honey, this is just destroying our love for food. Oh my god.
Pillsbury toaster strudels.
What?
I love toaster strudels.
Oh my god.
I
Like
haven't bought them in a long time, but like we did buy some during the pandemic. The Kellogg's Fruit Loops. I ate so many Fruit Loops in high school. That was like the short list. I feel like where's the rest of this shit? Yeah, I guess yellow 6, yellow 5, blue 1, and blue 2 are not good for you either.
I'm just trying to see like why do so many foods have red dye 40 in them? It's just so weird. Like what is the purpose of having that? Oh, okay. The
Just to
purpose.
color it, just to like
Ooh,
give it that color.
so it says the purpose of red number 40 and all synthetic dyes is to create distinct uniform colors and consumable products. They're great for fun, eye-catching foods like cake mixes, frostings, and soft drinks. They're commonly added by large scale food manufacturers, but can also be used in home cooking. Okay, so Jesus Christ. I think also it comes from an insect, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god, where are you finding this?
Yeah, so basically, red number 40 consists of a chemical compound called Allura Red AC. This is a naphthalene sulfonic acid. Allura Red AC typically comes in form of dark red powder or small granules. You can dissolve it in water, 50% alcohol solutions, glycerol, and propylene glycol.
Yeah.
You want me to keep on reading?
Well, I was just like reading how like it's apparently linked to people with ADHD. I remember we were talking about that last night. Like you were like, Karissa, do you take Adderall? And I was like, no. And you were like, oh come on. You're like, you work all the time, you go to school all the time. Like you don't? And you're like, there's like an Adderall shortage. Like everyone's on Adderall. Like and I was like thinking about it. I was like, holy shit, everyone's on Adderall. Maybe it's because everyone was eating Doritos. I mean, there was a time frame there where like people were eating Doritos on like a weekly basis, like all the time.
Well, it's interesting because, we talk about this all the time, but in the early 2000s, even in the mid 2000s, like our understanding of how bad this shit was like we knew to a certain extent, but now we really know. Like now we really know how bad it is.
This one
And
says one study suggests that 8% of children diagnosed with ADHD have symptoms related to synthetic food colorings like red dye 40.
whoa, whoa, that's fucked up. Come on.
So it makes you crazy.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's why I'm fucked up in the head, and this is why you're listening to us.
This
Both,
one is talking about like
both
if it
synthetic dye made,
actually is
huh?
linked to cancer. I mean, we've seen
Oof.
that it's linked to cancer for sure. But now they're talking about like, is it linked to like headaches and migraines and like stuff like that? Like, that's what I was like reading. And then it's saying that like some people are specifically allergic to it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, like people are just like allergic to like the red 40.
Well, the thing is that food today
Stop.
is all about like preserving, and the look and quality. Quality in quotations. It's just baffling of how like so many of these chemicals are still in our foods. So
Yeah,
many.
let's just need to do something about that. There's just too many people dying.
Just don't buy this shit.
All the death is really bad for the country, like our overall well-being, how much money we have, like so we don't need to have Doritos like if it's going to be like killing people like
There are, believe it or not, I've tried alternative snacks. Like there are companies that make kettle cooked chips, by kettle cooked chips that are in olive oil, and
yeah, yeah.
those are really great. There are some companies that make these really great I love beef jerkies. They make these really wholesome, like real beef jerkies, and it's like $7 for like a pack, and it's like maybe a dollar two more than like traditional like $4 or $5. But trust me, there's always options, and it's always up to you. Like nobody's putting a knife up to your head and said you cannot buy a bag of Cheetos. Teach their own. But I'm really happy that there are other options. Not the healthiest, but they're better for you than I do like olive oil kettle cooked chips. They are really fucking good, especially with guac. That is a combo. Must.
uh, I'm trying to read more about cuz now I'm curious like how come red M&Ms didn't come up? Did they take the red 40 out of M&Ms?
That's a great question. Did you? I'll check that. Give me a sec. Well, I always assumed that the color in M and M's was food coloring, but I don't. I don't know about M&Ms though. Hold
It
on.
used to be Red 40. Like,
Was it?
there's something about them taking the red M&Ms out of production in the 1970s.
Really? So there was a period. Wait a minute. M&Ms are colored with red 40, an artificial food dye approved by the Food Drug Administration in 1971. Ooh, does red M&Ms have red dye? The company relented and reintroduced the red candies, this time dyed with except in Europe, where this dye is not allowed. Okay, so it is in Europe where they changed it. There the candies are dyed with carmine, extracted from crushed bodies of female cochineal bugs that live on prickly pear cacti. So they use a natural dye there, but unfortunately not here in the States. So yeah, they still have red dye 40. Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, I guess there was a time period where there was no red M&Ms.
Well, it's just baffling on how there are so many different chemicals and products that are banned in so many other countries, but they are 100% legal in this country. You know, even for myself, like, who honestly, who has the time and the patience to go through grocery shopping to make sure your foods do not have, like, canola and those bad oils or red dye 40 or certain types of preservatives? Like, who has the fucking patience for this? It's like, why can't you make foods? Why can't you give us products that don't have all of this fucking bullshit and garbage in them? The simple answer is this: they don't last on the shelves for weeks on end. You can't make hundreds and thousands of the same products and put them in trailers and ship them to 28 states.
And expect them to all be the same.
Right.
Yeah, I know, and it's like that's what you
End
can
up
go
with.
and you can pick up a Dorito or a Fruit Loop anywhere, and it's always the same, and it's always available at every freaking store, and it's that convenience that ends up kind of like hurting your body a little bit. But it's like, I mean, if you were not going to eat at all, like it's a great alternative. I mean, when I was in high school, like they probably had like apples and stuff like available for me, but I always grabbed the Fruit Loops because that's what I wanted, and it was like easier to eat, and I didn't have to worry about it like getting dirty like while I'm eating it. It's kind of like, I mean, an
You just
apple, like
wanted.
I'm like,
You just wanted Fruit Loops. It's okay,
I
honey.
wanted Fruit Loops. Like there's like reasons that I choose Fruit Loops over like fresh fruit. And it's like because it's easier to eat, in my opinion. Like, I don't know,
Sometimes
easier to carry around. Doesn't have to be cold or not. It's like, I don't know.
it's really interesting in how, like, cereal has been really baked into our culture. We're
There's other
cereals.
cereal that's like not bad for you. Like, and I like a
Is
lot of
there
those
really?
cereals. Oh fuck yeah. Like there's cereal that's not bad for you.
Such
Yeah, there's
as?
all kinds of great cereal. I mean, like, I don't know if Special K is actually like decent for you, but that's like an example of like a cereal that's like more focused on like putting like fibers and like different things in there. Like, I think that that was kind of like one of the like original intentions of cereal. I remember like reading something about like General Mills and like like it was like people were like fucking poor and they needed like something with like substance to like eat, in the morning. They could just like put it with like some cream or some milk or something. And it was easy to like mass produce and like get out to people, and it had like at least like some type of like cereal to begin with was not trash. And then we started making like kind of like dessert versions of cereal probably once the Great Depression, wasn't such a thing anymore. Then people started to
Well,
like be
think
like,
about.
"Oh, let's eat marshmallows for breakfast because we can."
Well, think about a lot of the changes that we experience happened because of World War II, and basically, it's kind of like the industrial decade was the 1940s, where powdered milk and non-creamers, you know, eventually in the 1950s you had frozen TV dinners. All of these conveniences that we have today all come from that. It's
Hmm.
just all making something quick, convenient, ready to go, right
Yeah,
at your
saran wrap
fingertips.
is one of those things.
Yes.
Saran wrap was designed by the US government to package food for the soldiers. There's just like random ass, like little creepy facts and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We are kind of talking about food, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so when I was at Chili's and it was
Bringing it
like
right
getting
back to Chili's. Yo.
we ate and stuff like that, and our server was like super nice and very cute. And he we were talking about
E.
like dessert. Yeah, we were talking about dessert. I know you kept saying that I looked gay last night when I was like leaving. You were like, "Girl, you look so gay."
You look so gay.
I was like, "What do you mean? Like,
You look so gay.
how do I look like I prefer one
Okay, what
gender
did
or
your
the other?"
friends say? Did they tell you that you looked gay?
They were like, "Oh my god, I feel underdressed. Like now I feel like a potato," is what they said. I was
Oh
like, "You
my
don't have to
god.
feel like a potato."
Maybe they are a potato, honey. And there's something wrong about being a potato.
I like being a potato sometimes. I'll
Sometimes,
probably be a
yeah.
potato after we're done with the podcast. I'll
Okay.
just be a potato.
Yeah. Like a wrecking ball, like Miley Cyrus. Came in
Come
like a
on like a wrecking
wrecking ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Her
Smash into the
voice
wall
is like
naked.
not very Miley in that. Like I feel like if she had like a Miley voice, and she like sang that song, be like, "I came in like a wrecking ball." I can't even do it.
Remember, she had
I
to
know.
rebuild her voice. I think she had a throat surgery or something.
I heard
Yeah.
the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was whoa.
Have you listened to like all podcasts by what's his face? You
I
listen to like
listened to
all.
No, so I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts.
Yeah, yeah. Have you listened to
Um
all of his podcasts, you
no,
think?
I've listened to quite a bunch.
Is there one where they talk about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Is there one where they talk about his, like, weird sexual habits?
Yes, there was.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's true, right? Yeah, okay, so,
Yeah.
like, this girl was telling this story the other night about Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "You listen to that podcast?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I think that was on a Joe Rogan podcast." And she was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that story before, and I think it was on a Joe Rogan podcast."
Well, believe it or not, that's where the controversy happened with Bud Light, because Joe Rogan, after the whole thing with Dylan Mulvaney, he he brought out, I forgot who it was. It was one of his buddies. They came onto the podcast drinking Bud Light, and ever since, whenever Joe Rogan drinks beer on his podcast, it's only Bud Light, which I think is fucking bomb. I always ask for a Bud Light whenever I can, because it's
I
just
don't know. I missed it. I don't watch the news. I don't understand the
no,
Bud
I don't
Light
understand that
thing.
either. But like, I just listen to the podcast, and I do. I mainly like listen to different. I do listen to other podcasts here and there, but yeah, that thing with Leonardo DiCaprio is just, I think, to each their own. Yes, I know he's a man that is in his 40s. Yes, I know the person he's with is, I think, in her 20s. I think she's like 23. But it's
This thing that he wears noise canceling headphones while having sex. It's the only way that he will have sex is that he wears headphones that are noise canceling.
I've heard about James Cameron's sex life, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. It bothers me. I'm sorry I brought it up. Anyways,
No, I love that you brought it up. Like, it now makes
weird
everyone
thing.
feel weird and like
It was talked about
creepy.
at work the other night, like, in
Uh-huh.
between clients, like, we were all kinda like, because we were like, "He's a fucking creep," right? We're like, "Yeah, he's a creep." And then it, like, got brought up, and we were like, "Yeah, that's really fucking creepy." Like, and there's more details that are, like, even creepier that I, like, won't go into, but, like, it's there because there's other people that have shared stories that are similar, so it kinda, like the stories being similar to each other kinda clarify that, like, "Oh, yeah, these people are probably like telling the truth, because like who would make up these random similar stories?
I
People
mean,
don't even know each
honey,
other.
you really, honestly, you don't know, especially with today's day and
Yeah,
age with
let's give him
ANI
the
and
benefit of the doubt.
bots.
He's a fucking creep. Where's the headphones while he gets off? He can't hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. It's gonna scare my orgasm away. If I hear skin touching skin, I'm gonna, it's like, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know. I think everybody
I don't
has
like
the.
it. He needs to
Oh,
loosen up. You can't have everything the way you want it. Like you're
okay,
gonna have to just
agreed.
enjoy sex the way it is, man. Be like natural. That's disconnected for me to be wearing some noise canceling thing. I feel like if you want to
Mhm.
like use a toy to like have fun, like enhance,
I mean,
but like
I would throw on like some jungle music, you know.
bum bum dum bum
Oh,
bum bum bum. You just like need like the drop.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gross. I'm sorry I brought it up, Mom.
No, no, no. I'm happy they brought it up. I love this kind of shit. You know that. Anything sexual, anything weird,
Kink?
anything funky. Oh yeah, kinky girl. Oh. Oh.
I was saying that like this weekend was just like sexy. Like I was like, "Ooh," I was like,
Ooh.
"It's a hot weekend." My friend was like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know, I just like feel it." Like I was like, there's just
I'm
like things
literally
are just like
wearing.
sexy this weekend.
Yeah,
Like
I'm literally wearing the most seductive piece of clothing like that I own. I have more seductive, but like this is the most. Yeah. I
I
totally
was like,
feel
"I'm
that
gonna need
like
a Brazilian." She was like, "Why do you need a Brazilian?" I was like, "I don't, but
you definitely, yeah, totally
it's a
get it. Yeah.
sexy weekend.
Oh my
That's
god.
why." And she
Yeah.
was like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "Nothing. Just
Lay me in the olive oil, you know? In front of the Greek
I just better
gods.
be ready for how
Yeah.
sexy this weekend
Oh my
is."
god. You know, like palm trees on the grass. Ah, beautiful.
I do. I want to
Fabulous.
go to the beach though. I feel like yeah. No, I feel like the summer heat like makes people like like
Sexual. Very.
yes, like mating season or something. People are like, ah, it's hot.
Yeah. Oh
Or
yeah.
I mean, when you're in a relationship, it's quite the opposite. Like you're like, it's
Right.
hot. Get away from me
Right. Like
because you've
stay the
already.
fuck away from exactly. You don't want it's kind of strange because there's two angles of looking at being single and being in a relationship. I I don't like to view anything permanent. I think things change when they need to
Mm-hmm.
change and
Mm-hmm.
happen when they need to happen. But I think there's benefits with both, you know, when you're reliant on someone when you're not. But I don't know, honey. We seem to be doing I mean, I'm fucking in the water right now, almost
I'm
drowning.
doing pretty
But
good.
you're
I
doing
listen
pretty
to my
good.
friends and their relationships and they're pissed off. And I'm like, man, like I don't have any of that, And then like I even kind of like start to feel that way sometimes about like having a kid. Like I'm like, shit, I don't have any of that.
No.
Like
No
I can
diapers.
move wherever I want.
Yep.
Like
Go anywhere you
I can
want.
save my money if I
Yeah.
want, once I
Yeah.
can. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. The relationship thing sounds a little. I'm like you have to give me a lot of reason to tie down to somebody. That's what I said. My dad was like, "That's awful," and I was like, "No, I mean seriously." Like, I was like, it'd have to be very enticing. Like, I'd have to be like, "Oh, that sounds like a very good, situation."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I'd almost have to like be like in love, you know?
I think everything comes with time, and I think you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll
It's
know.
good. I mean, maybe I won't. It's
Maybe you
fine.
won't know. I don't know.
I'm okay with either one at this point.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so at Chili's, we're
Right.
talking about dessert.
Right.
Like the dinner is coming to an end,
Okay.
just like this episode. And we're
Dum
like,
dum dum.
do we get dessert? Do we not? And Lexi out of nowhere, and yes, I'm using real names. The waiter comes over and she goes, "Do you embarrass people for their birthdays?" And he goes, yes. And she goes, oh, it's Emma's birthday. And then all of a sudden, they all come over and they bring her ice cream and they sing her happy birthday. And he's like, it's your birthday? And he was like, you're a Leo? And like, I was just like laughing my
Wait a
ass
minute.
off.
Was it actually her birthday?
No, no, not at all. It was hilarious.
Why did he
Like,
say yes?
he just like believed her. Like, Lexi was like, it's her birthday. And he was like, is it your birthday? And she was like, yeah. And all of a sudden they were singing and like
Oh
there
my
was
god, they faked the birthday. They faked the birthday.
they faked the birthday for the dessert.
Oh god, this is crazy. This is
And then
nuts.
like didn't even eat it and then ordered dessert anyways.
What the what?
It was very different, but I laughed my ass off. I'm trying
Were you stoned? You
to be
probably
positive.
were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. You know, this is why we love Karissa. Karissa is why we have the Jolly Rancher story. And we now have the fake birthday story. We have many stories. Right,
It was
Karissa?
ridiculous. They were all singing and I was like laughing and I was so embarrassed. I was like, I can't be part of this lie. Like, you
Yeah, it's my
know,
birthday. Can I have like the free chicken wing Subway combo, please, to go? Yeah, because I'm celebrating my birthday at home. Can I take that to go? Yeah, I think we should take that to go, honey.
birthday. It was just ice cream with a candle. And I was like, you better blow out your candle.
On your fake birthday.
It was so funny that he kept saying that she was such a Leo because she's such a Capricorn. It's so funny.
Damn, yeah, we as Capricorns are very noticeable, especially in society.
Yeah. I could see you disguising yourself as a Leo temporarily, but I know you so well. But this hair
God.
is not very Capricorn of you.
You know, it's funny. The only person that likes this hair is
I
me.
like it. I like
Okay,
it.
you do.
But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, Capricorns are not usually so, like, bright and fiery in that kind
I
of.
don't know. I mean, I I think it adds a little bit more to my personality. And it also makes people think that I'm woke as fuck when I'm actually conservative. And
So you can just kind of, like, hide.
yeah,
Like, people leave you alone. I
yeah.
feel that.
Nobody wants to like pick an argument with a person like me. They're like, I'm gonna be the person like I I am myself as an individual, have
I
multiple pronouns.
I
Okay.
cry.
I
I
cry.
cry.
Are you okay? I can't handle it.
Yeah, unfortunately, having blonde hair makes everybody think that I'm a racist, which is not fair.
Right. You're part of the white people, you know, the people that are prejudiced towards minorities.
Like, such bullshit.
Damn you.
Like, you don't know a damn thing about me. I don't even have time to be racist. Like, leave me alone.
What
All
the
I do is
fuck?
work.
Come on. Yeah, let's have fun. Let's roll in that racist shit. Like it's a dude.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like,
No. Of course not.
it's just who has time for hate these days? I don't have energy or any of it.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just coming together as folks and people and just like realizing who gives a fuck.
It's not in my nature. None of it.
It's
I
like,
just sit there like, are we still talking about
not
this?
this? Yeah. But on a bright note, we haven't like really figured this out yet with the American Groove Instagram page. So if all y'all are not curious by this point, realizing we've changed shit up. Okay, so social media is a place where you can interact. We're gonna post a random bunch of shit. Chris will send me pictures of her doing weird shenanigans, and she'll post shit. We'll post shit. Okay, we promise. Maybe. I don't know.
Louis things.
Louis things. Oh, definitely Louis things, and Twixie things, and weird things from me and Karissa. Of course, you can find us at Lost in the Groove Pod and American Groove Pod. Is there anything else we got to tell?
Just that I met Mandy Moore yesterday.
Okay. Karissa met Mandy Moore. Congrats.
Yeah, I was just gonna throw that out there.
Right now.
That way I get to tell you, but I don't have to talk about it. It happened.
It happened. Yes. Karissa's really cool. She met Mandy Moore. Okay, listen, we love y'all. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Really helps the show and helps us grow together as a groovy family. All right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop talking because I think this weed is like just spitting the words. Okay, we love you. Bye.
Peace out, America.
Bye, America. We're leaving to Russia.